Happy St. Patrick's Day and welcome to Coffee Chat. So by now, all of you have received and hopefully eaten your lovely cupcake. We hope you enjoyed that. That was just a little bit of something for St. Patrick's Day. Obviously, we couldn't do our normal St. Patrick's Day get together with, some beer and some light hors d'oeuvres and music, but hopefully next year. And hopefully we can take advantage of some of that kind of stuff later in the year. Fingers crossed, everybody, fingers crossed. A couple of quick things I wanted to go over before I turn the camera over to Raquel. First of all, you have probably seen me around the buildings doing more tours, and I'm so happy to be doing them. For the longest time, we weren't allowing tours in the buildings. We were really being very safe about that, and when the virus was at such a critical moment, we really didn't want anybody in here that didn't have to be. We opened it up a little bit, and then the tours really didn't start quite yet. Now that the vaccination is more readily available to people, we're really seeing a lot more people interested in kind of taking that next step, looking at different housing for now, and if not for now, maybe for some time in the next several months, which is really great. Last year we had a lot of people who left Ridgepoint, which it was the same number of people who would normally leave in any given year as far as vacates. The problem was people were not moving into any kind of senior living. It just didn't feel right at the time. They didn't want to put their homes on the market. Congregate living it just didn't seem like a very good option. But now, like I said, people are they're a little bit more at ease because of, well, the markets are really good to sell, and with the vaccinations the way that they've been going, it's just feeling a little bit better. The socialization has risen to the top again as far as really needing something. So we're really happy to invite all those people in and look at the different units that we have available. For those of you who may or may not remember, Ridgepoint actually has 34 different floor plans, so we usually have something for everybody. There have been times when I've worked at Ridgepoint where we literally had nothing available to show. So I'm really kind of excited that I've got sort of a little bit of everything for people, whether it's a one bedroom den, two bedroom, or a two bedroom den apartment. We have some availability, and it's really nice to be able to try to find something that somebody's going to love for their next home. If you know of anybody who might be looking, feel free to give us a shout. You can let me know. I can be as involved or uninvolved as you choose. They would be people that you would be referring to us, so if you just need material, if you want me to give them a phone call, anything that you would want, we'll go ahead and take care of. From there, it's hands off. They're not going to be bombarded with literature or information or phone calls, nothing. We will be as involved as you'd like us to be. So give me a call, 6280. And if you do see me walking around with people, showing them Ridgepoint, don't hesitate to stop and let them know what it is that you like best about Ridgepoint. Next thing, I just want to remind everybody that, again, it kind of coincides with this whole last year and coming into 2021. Safety has been our main focus, and it's been an informed decision that we've made to really focus on safety. And I know sometimes it feels like it's too much, sometimes it feels like what's going on here, but keep in mind that our goal is to try to find a really great balance between keeping people physically safe and keeping open as much or little as we can or have to be to ensure that people's mental states, people's need for socialization, it doesn't go unnoticed. It's what we do best, and we understand that having to wait on some of these things that it just feels like forever. Bear with us. We're really trying to strike that balance, and things are opening up a little at a time, and there have been some great things happening. We're really looking forward to this summer. Yeah, it still feels like we want to go. It's kind of like your garden. You want to go out and plant right now. It feels like it could be great, but you know what? You could just get some frozen seeds. You really don't want to do that quite yet. So we're going to hold off. But we're doing the best that we can, the best that we know how to try and strike that balance. So thanks for hanging in there with us. For next week, we've decided that we're going to add a little section to Coffee Chats, a little Q&A section. So if you have questions, things that you might want me to ask to Jeff on live camera here next week, I'll be happy to do that. Feel free to just put those suggestions either in, or those questions in the suggestion box, or you can email anybody here at Ridgepoint. You can email me. I'm at paular@pointsliving.com. You can call Jessica for the spelling of that if you want to. But that would be a great thing. So if you do have things that you would rather have us discuss here, maybe you don't want to call the front desk, or something that you'd like us to discuss then, feel free. So that should be a great segment next week. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. Okay, over to you.
Thank you, Paula. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody as well. I just want to come on and say thank you for everyone who has stopped by my office. It has been great getting to meet everybody. I've gotten some really good ideas from people and some names of residents that I should reach out to because they might be super helpful to me, which has been really awesome. Keep continuing to stop by. I love meeting all of you and hearing all of your stories. I just wanted to let you guys know I have been here a little bit over a week and a half, and so I am working on things. I know everybody is jumping to be able to start doing things again, and in my position, I'm really excited to start doing that. I'm working on things. I'm calling places, talking to entertainers, musicians, things like that, hopefully getting some people in here. A lot of people are still wary because I know a lot of you guys have been vaccinated, but there's still a whole outside world that hasn't yet, and so people are wary of coming in or bringing things out, so we're just keeping that in mind. But they have my name and my contact information, so when they're willing to come in or allow us in there, then hopefully that will be a great start for all of us. We're still also continuing to do the Great Decision lectures on Tuesdays. I'm working on getting those set up for April, and I think we're going to bring back the TED Talks virtually for now on Wednesday mornings on the channel 991. Yep. Sorry, I'm still new to all of this. At least for now, bring those back virtually, and then hopefully once things open up or we start to feel more comfortable, we can bring those back in person in the West Party Room also. But yeah, keep stopping by, saying hi. I've really enjoyed meeting all of you, and that's all I have. To Jeff.
Thanks, Raquel. Raquel, you spoke with the Don Irwin camp. So she chatted with Don Irwin's people last week. He'll be coming hopefully sooner rather than later. Oh, this is what I needed. Okay, Raquel is new here. And as part of her, one of the first things she wanted to do is she wanted to have an arm wrestling contest amongst all the people. There's 247 people living at Ridgepoint. She thought, I won't get that many. It'll be a quick little thing. Well, lo and behold, every resident signed up. There's 247 residents. 247 signed up for this arm wrestling. It's single elimination. Once you lose, you're out. No ties allowed. This is arm wrestling. There's no ties, right? Okay, so we're going to have it down the atrium. And one match at a time. Each match, by time you got it all set up and everything, it was about 5 minutes per match. Well, Linda Cook, who's responsible for organizing the room and everything, wanted to know how many matches there would be. And Raquel goes, I don't know. There's 247 people. It's a tournament. Raquel, do you know how many matches there would be now?
No.
Roger, would you have any idea? Funny. Patty Frisky said, okay, there's 247 people. Single elimination, you lose, you're out, right? That means every person has to lose one match except one, the champion. 247 people, 246 matches. So, here's the quiz now, Raquel. NCAA basketball tournament starts this week. 64 teams. How many games?
63.
63. Very good. See, she's a keeper, isn't she, folks? See how quick she learns? I liked what Paula said. I liked what Raquel said in terms of we know that the success of Ridgepoint depends on delivering social, a social setting that invites friendship, learning, entertainment, all that type of thing. And we're not able to do that right now. We're getting there. We also know that we need to be safe, and we've put safety ahead of business concerns for some time. And we are anxious to get that behind us. Having said that, the state still has guidelines that we need to follow and all that type of thing. So what I want to clear up today is this. Anything that Ridgepoint sponsors, anything, will require masks and social distancing. Okay? There was some new guidance issued by the state that began on March 15th. And the one bit of guidance that I want to talk about today is the social setting. Indoor social gatherings are limited to 15 people. Okay? So 15 people. Fully vaccinated people may be able to gather without masks and social distancing in specific settings. Okay? What we're going to do at Ridgepoint is we're going to allow you, a resident, to reserve the West Party Room. Okay? You reserve that party room. It's a social setting. It's a private room. It's not public. We're not inviting. It's not going to be on the Ridgepoint calendar or anything. It's going to be just as if we've done showers, we've done all different kinds of things, family dinners in our private spaces here. You can reserve that private space, and that's what it is, a private space. At that point, you can make a decision on the makeup of the group. If everyone is fully vaccinated and everyone is comfortable, you can take off the masks and you can avoid social distancing. But that's you folks doing that. That's not Ridgepoint doing that. We're not going to police it. We're not going to do anything. It's up to you to take care of your own safety. And I think what gets confused a lot of times is, and maybe we have been a bit heavy-handed and guilty as charged. At its peak, COVID was an absolute threat to many of the people that lived here. We are an at-risk group. What I do know now is as the vaccines have become much more prevalent, and many of our people are not only have their first shot, but their second shot, and even are considered fully vaccinated, our risk as a population has gone way down. Down so far that one might think, let's just open it wide up. We're fine. We've got the herd mentality. We've got all that. We don't. We've got visitors coming. We've got staff that still aren't vaccinated. I'm still not vaccinated, sad to say. I'm on the list, but I can't jump in front of anyone. You know, they're going to call me. And so we intend to get as many people vaccinated as we can, but more than anything, we intend to try and make your life fun, enjoyable, and get that social aspect to Ridgepoint, get those wheels turning again. So, I want to repeat, if it's a private function, you folks are in charge. If it's a public function, and Ridgepoint is offering it, we are going to follow the state guidelines. Okay? Next week, we're going to, as Paula said, field some questions from some of you folks. Please put your questions in. Let's get some dialogue started. Each Monday, I'm meeting with the resident council, and we're talking about different things. And If you have some concerns, you can also relate them to a council member. You'll see the pictures of all the council people on each bulletin board in each building. Take a look. If you have a question, put it down in paper and hand it to one of the council members, or Roger, they can put it in the comment box too as well, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, so you can do that. Other than that, it's frustrating. It's amazing how when we go through this pandemic like we have for the last year, when we come out of it, it's not as easy as you might think. Some of us, present company included, may have gotten a little bit complacent and thought we'd never come out of it, or didn't have the urgency to come out of it, so that now all of a sudden when the vaccines are here and stuff, we're fighting to hire wait staff. We're short a van driver. We don't have an exercise instructor. We've got ads. We're searching. A lot of people are searching for those very things. Thank heavens the people that we do have are top-notch, good quality. We're doing our best to keep them happy, not overwork them. It's still a great place, and we're going to make it, I think we're going to come back bigger and better than ever. So, Ole and Lena had been married quite a long time, and unfortunately Lena passed away. And it was on some morning, and Ole picks up the phone. He calls the local funeral home, and he says, yeah, Lena died. And could you come pick her up? And the mortician goes, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ole. Where do you live? 331 Chrysanthemum Way. And the funeral home says, could you spell that? Ole says, CRCHKR K. Give me 5 minutes, I'll call you back. Ole goes, the funeral director goes, Ole, what's going on? What are you going to do? He goes, Ole says, oh, I'm going to drag her over to Oak Street. Have a good week.